Hello everyone, aurumfortis here, and today for you guys I have a 48 by 96 stud Saleucami MOC for you guys. This is one of my largest MOCs that I've ever done as far as dimensions are concerned. It's two full gray base plates. However, as far as actual piece count is concerned, it's actually just slightly above the medium for my channel and my typical MOC size. I do plan on making MOCs that are this size in the future, however, but this MOC, as you can see, depicts a clone force as well as a separatist force merging in on each other around this Kenobi versus General Grievous fight right in the center. Basically just your classic Clone Wars fight that you may have seen inside of the TV show. So as you can see, there's actually a sort of a terrain change. It goes from more of a desert terrain with these different rocks indicated by these wedge pieces, different tiles, spreads into more of a jungle terrain, and then this more organic area over here with mushrooms, sort of like you would see in a Felucia MOC. So we'll go from right to left in this instance, sort of covering all the details of this MOC. First up, we have the Republic fighter tank, along with the CAC Commander Bly, right there. And then we also have Ayla Secura. So no 327 troopers, just Commander Bly in this instance. We also have a clone gunner. All these clones inside of this MOC are Phase 2 clone troopers. So it is later on in the war. So it's not really when we saw Saleucami in the Clone Wars, I believe in Season 2. We have a CAC Commander Cody. Unfortunately, no visor for him. I failed to get a visor when I purchased the helmet for this figure, so I'll have to do that at some point. One of the airborne troopers, 212th, one of the 41st Ranger platoon troopers, recently added to canon. One 501st trooper, Boyle, from the 212th. Just a normal 212th, just normal Phase 2 trooper. And then we also have Commander Warthog. You may remember him as Plo Koon's fighter pilot from the Clone Wars. So he's also been featured inside the MOC. Quick zoom in on that Kenobi versus Grievous battle. Grievous has unfortunately cut through one of the Ranger troopers. Now he's facing Obi-Wan Kenobi in this duel. The terrain, I feel like, came out quite nice in this MOC. I don't feel like the actual photos give it really how just it is. I mean, it's not the best, but it is really good for the amount of size that I had to cover with this MOC. All the different droid forces, as you can see, this is sort of the transition. It goes from more of a sand green to an olive green with this organic form. Some rocket droids, commando droids, all throughout here. Some of the Geonosis clones I'm using is just basically dirtied up versions of this guy. 41st Elite Corps troopers in the more scout form. Back here we have some of the mushrooms in blue and in purple. More of that transition. The transition is quite fluid, which is something that I like about this MOC. I just would have liked to have put a little bit more into this and maybe added some height to the MOC. So that obviously would have included a border of sorts, as well as making some kind of indentations in the ground. But overall, I feel like the MOC does quite well in showing basically just your normal Clone Wars battle. Definitely a lot of interesting scenes in here that make it a lot better. Use of jumper plates, some unique building techniques. One of the main critiques I have about the MOC is the different rock formations that I've spread out. I may have just taken these off because they honestly are just not very great at all. You can see like the one right here, it's just not that great. So I may have taken those off potentially, but it is a very interesting battle scene, and I feel like it does serve the purpose of just depicting what your Clone Wars battle would look like. It's just a classic Clone Wars battle, really, honestly. Two Jedi in the mock. We have Obi-Wan and Ayla Secure, as I mentioned before. She probably will be providing defense for Obi-Wan eventually, but for now it'll be him versus Grievous taking center stage for this one. Maybe some backup from the Z6 minigun equipped by this trooper. But that about wraps it up for this one, guys. I do want to do some more of these commentary style mock reviews. Typically do this with the larger mocks because I don't want to make a 4-minute cinematic that might bore you guys. Hopefully this video isn't too boring and engages you guys a little bit. I was originally going to use sort of like the ARC troopers, that sort of thing with this mock, but instead I decided to go with the Phase 2 troopers. Just happen to have more of these guys. But I will have more mocks coming at you guys, so stay tuned. I also have a building series coming up. But this mock looks quite good. Please do leave your constructive criticism and comments in the comments below, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as I can. Also, a big thank you for 275 subscribers, so we're about 25 away from 300, which is quite nice. So thank you all for watching this one, and I'll see you all in the next one.